you're going to move this arm now so it ends up over this side. To do that, if I try and push down here, it's hard work. If I slide the arm back so I'm onto his wrist, it's easier. Right, so I get it to there and then I push downwards. When you do it, make sure you don't put it anywhere near your groin so it doesn't end up grabbing things you don't want him to grab. Right? If that arm's fully tied off, then I'm going to need to free it first. But if I can get it through, keep my head low so he can't punch me, hook the arm here. If you can all see that. If you can move to a position where you can, just saves having to spin Mike around too much. So from there, I put the hand back, push it through, bring this arm up underneath. Once I've got that, I pull it across. And I've got to keep my head really close to his back and take one step forward. Right? So I'm behind him. So everyone all right with that one? The danger when people do this is you stick your head to here, you think, oh, I'm going great, and this backhand flies and boom. So you need to be aware that's always there, so you hide here. Right? Move. Okay? And then I want you to move to here for now. When you grab, do that. Or this, you know, that's fine. Or this, that's fine as well. Never that. Okay, so just one of those kind of grips. So you're nice and tight. So I'll put it together. So you've got the back of the neck first. Slide it through and move down. Push it down. Bring this arm through. Hook it across. So you've got if we start from where we started from. Most you've got the basic idea with the arms, all right. But so you're pushing this down here. When you're moving, your head's there's a gap here. Right? So one is you could spin this way and you'll get spiked by an elbow, or again you can come this way, palm heel or hook or whatever. So when you've got to this position there, right, pushing it down and through, see how my ear's against the back of his shoulder. I move it across, as a step it's still there. Right. So I'm too close to hit. So from there, here, push, move. Okay, everyone alright with that idea? So it's just so you know, I mean, I'm not saying you do all that in one smooth go, because the way it would normally work is if you clinch on, you'd be butting and biting from here. At some point you'd get this, you'd be stamping on your feet and kneeing, and then you've got that. You get the idea? So there'll be all the mess in between, but as a nice simple drill, gives you some basic ideas of passing and keeping your head close. I mean, there's loads of little fancy takedowns and stuff you can do from here. And I'll show you them in a minute or two if you want to. One of the nicest ones is to step down, grab his ankles and just push. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, there's lots of like, I can lift him up and drop him, do you mind if I roll you, Mike? No, sure, because this is a great t-shirt. Is that alright? So, it's got my name on it, it's awesome. One of the ones, like if I'm playing, I wouldn't do this for self-defence, but for play, a throw called valley drop in. Funakoshi had a throw called valley drop, which was this throw. Right? Funakoshi called that valley drop, but everyone else in the entire world apart from Funakoshi calls that a one-arm shoulder throw. Right? But the valley drop, make sure there's no stones around, is this. So when you're in that position, you step around, stick your leg out and pull him over. So I'll just show you what I mean. So you've got that there here, you step around to here and do this. It's a nice way of ending up on top. Self-defence wise, it's suicide because his mate runs in and kicks you in the face. I'm alright because all my mates are in Essex. But so that's one option, right? For gameplay, looking at what we're looking at, if we think of it from a self-defence perspective, if you want to drop him from here, drop your arm down to his ankles and push. Is everyone okay with that idea? Yep. You don't have to take each other down, you just do it, but grab both ankles, push. It's just like a reverse tackle and down you go. So kick him in the groin, run away. We put Mike's t-shirt. Right, it gives you on this side. So again, it's one of the things is unless you can get the gripping right, you can't do it. So we'll do some live gripping drills in a sec. But one of the other kind of ones we can do is similar ideas. One we've gone to here is instead of stepping at this point, is to take this arm when you've dragged it across straight across here. So I'll turn around and show from the other side. So I've got that from there. I shoot this arm in. Is everyone okay with that idea? So it's the same initial start, down, push, but instead of stepping and going here, I'm going to take this arm across his neck. Right, as I do that, what I do is I'm going to hook this here. Funakoshi called this throw Kubiwa, or neck ring, alright? So again, once you move from there, you're going to step in other foot, so think of like your nukate, okay, to here. The way Funakoshi then does this, if you turn Michael around again, is Funakoshi pushes on the small of the back to take him over. This would be the photograph. Michael being Utsuka, the founder of Wado, me being Funakoshi in the original book, right? And that's the kind of common way it's done. If you want to have a go at that, you can do. The Ian way of doing it, I might start it that way, but I'll bring my hand to the face. The reason I like to do that is because if he grabs your arm, and they often do, when you push down, you can peel it off. It also means as I land, I know exactly where his head is because my hand's there. You know what I mean? So what I'll do then is aim for where my hand is and move. Make sure you move your hand. Sounds obvious, but I've seen people do it. Right, so we're going there, here, and then from there taking this leg behind. You can do it with the other foot, but don't worry about that for now. So there, to break his balance. And then down to here, banging away. Is everyone alright with that one? And if you think of Kanku Dai, there it is. You know, Kanku Dai Kishanku when you spin. That's it. So one more time, so here. Again, you'd be stamping and kicking and doing everything else. Push and drag it, hand to here, to there, bang, and move on. Is everyone alright with that? The masters of old would recognise that straight away. You know, that's Funakoshi's one of his 9 throws. This is slightly different to the way Funakoshi does it, but what we're now going to do is, when we've got the boss grip, which we know how to get now, we're going to step in with the back foot and grab that leg. Right, your hand wants to hook right the way behind it. Right, at that point there, you're not going to lift it. All right, you might pull a little bit, but you know you're not lift it off the ground. Right. What you then do is step backwards with this leg. Keep this arm tight. So I've seen people do it, they'll step away. Keep the arm tight so that when you step, it pulls Mike forward. See how he steps? So you grab that leg, and then step back with this one. As he steps, that means this leg is now light to lift. And I'm going to lift and take him from here. Right, you just pull down and rotate the leg through and over he'll go. Right, which Funakoshi, or you can sweep the leg out and other things, but that's the way Funakoshi does it to start with. Funakoshi calls that one, it's translated in different ways. So one way is half wheel, and sometimes it's translated as cripple wheel. But apparently the character they use for cripple is now non-PC, so they tend not to use it anymore. So which is why they've used the alternative pronunciation half, I'm told. People who know more about this than I do. So from there, stepping in, taking the leg, stepping back and lifting up. Right, okay, so again, if you wanted to, you can put that leg in as he goes. Another fun one, if I can keep Michael upright, is to stick your foot out, so he can't hop, so he pops over it from there. One thing you never want to try and do is sweep the leg out, because as you sweep it, you naturally take your weight in the wrong direction. So you can't put the foot there so he'll hop over it. Right. So from there, start from the beginning, roll through, do whatever fight techniques you want to do. Step into horse stance as you grab the leg, step back with this one as he steps, pull down and then lift. Okay? So we've got a bit of leg grabbing in there as well. So and again, you recognise that out of a couple of kata as well, don't you? But Funakoshi refers to that. When you're here, you can also reap that back leg. Common ways in which this is done is people step in and hack it out, and it's not a good way to do it. Because as soon as you're on one foot, he can push you in any direction and take you over. So I'll get countered here. So, and again, this relies to your gripping. What you want to do there is pull down on this arm. Right? You step in with your back foot, and it's almost, if I do it without Michael being there, it's kind of like a glorified stamp with that back foot. Right? So when you get that, see how it bends in backwards that little bit. Because if we're 50-50 here, he could throw me just as easily as I could throw him. We're in the same position. Where I need him to be is there. Is everyone alright with that? Because then the chance of him righting himself are pretty remote. All I do with this one is I just knock his leg backwards. It's not a big hack at all, just drag it across the ground. You know what I mean? So if you see people when they're kind of like this, that's not really what you need to do. It'll work alright in some occasions, but it's just there and then pull the foot back. Okay, just straight across the ground. That would be Oso Nagari in Judo Jiu-Jitsu terms. Gichin Funakoshi called it to topple a folding screen. Okay, it's the first throw of his 9 throws. So again, you know, just try to take that clinch. We're doing it from there. We wrestle that through to here. And again, as usual, there'll be all the other stuff going on. Stamp in, take that foot to there, and then pull back. I'll do it this time, Michael, if that's all right. Because the ground's not that hard, but it's hard enough, so keep the head pulled up. So that's not going to hit the ground first, yeah? So again, she's stomping in from here. That was better when I did it with Paul a few weeks ago, wasn't it? Yeah. Where it hit the ground really hard and everybody laughed. Which tells you how, you know, how much martial artists are.
I like you, Paul.
Yeah. And then the usual thing will impact and we move. Is everyone alright with that? I mean, he might drag you down to the ground and then you've got to get your different skills from the ground, but that's a kind of standing one. Is everyone okay with that idea? So you get that grip and then you take over. And although like throwing tends to be something not thought of as karate today, it was. And the oldest one I've got in 1938, I think it was, Kenwa Mabuni said, the karate that has been taught in Tokyo is incomplete. People are starting to think that locking and throwing are only found in judo or jiu-jitsu. This can only be put down to a lack of understanding. Those who are thinking of the future of karate should keep an open mind and strive to study the complete martial art. Effectively what we're doing this weekend, you know. But Mabuni said that 80 plus years ago. Right, so from there, wrapping through, stepping in, boom. Okay, to take over. Everyone okay to give that one a shot?